Welcome, everybody, to the JPDUB podcast. Welcome back for episode 14, the Shit Talk Collector.
Nice.
The Shit Talk Collective. That's right, motherfuckers. Joining us, gracing us with his almighty presence once again. That's again like Dusty Rhodes is the man, the myth, the legend himself, the vocalist for Akurion, the vocalist for Coma Cluster Void, and the former vocalist for the one and only Cryptopsy, Mike DiSalvo. Brother, welcome back to the show. And how the fuck are you?
I am doing well, man. That's nice to be back. Always great to sit and shit talk with you guys.
Yeah, dude, we're gonna talk some shit. I want to get right into it, man. So before we hit record, this is something interesting for everybody to know. It was interesting for you to drop on me. You're back in the States now, right, brother?
It's true. I am back in the States. I have made the move back, and it's good. I'm happy to be back, actually. Yeah, it was time. 26 years up in Canada. It was time.
Right. That's a long ass time. Now, do you think has there been anything like coming up with anybody in particular? You talked to anybody out here about getting some new music going or any new projects?
Big fat fucking zeros on that, man.
Really?
Nothing. No, nobody's. You know, I've been laying low, so I don't even know that. I think most people don't know that I'm here. To be perfectly honest with you. So nobody. I haven't gone to any shows. Actually, it's not true. I did go to one show, but didn't see anyone I knew there. So it's a fucking brand new scene for me again. It's like an old scene, brand new scene from an old scene. I went to a show and like I said, it was full of fucking people I didn't know. So
who the fuck are you people?
Yeah, seriously. I was like,
what is this?
I'm guaranteed to see someone I know here. No dice.
Oh shit, man. Fucking total culture clash, a culture shock again coming back.
Yeah, honestly, you come from you go to a show in Quebec and every time you step into it, doesn't matter what fucking show it is, could be just the local yokels playing, could be big national acts, doesn't matter. You step into a club over there, any club, you walk in, someone, many people. It's always the case, So I know it's going to be a little bit different coming back, but there's still a ton of people here that I know and I never stop chatting with. These are old school friends of mine. I came up in the scene, so there is ton of people here. I just didn't go to the right show where they were.
No shit. Hey man, so before your exodus from the Great White North, dude, you guys had some Cryptopsy beers coming out. What they did a Whisper beer, right? They
did. Yeah, it was a New World Pilsner. It was damn good, honestly. Not just saying it because it was a Whisper Supremacy beer. It was it really kicked ass. Super super crushable, delicious, honestly. And I'm not a Pilsner guy, to be honest with you. Generally speaking, Pilsners I will steer clear of. But is
it just like too light for you, or?
It's too light. It's just not. I will say I've loosened up the screws a bit on them. I like Modelo. Like I can drink Modelo and stuff.
Modelo.
Yeah, it's good. What is it? Modelo.
Work on that Modelo tonight, brother. Daddy's gonna be in the garage for quite a while.
Yeah, see, I'll drink that. Honestly, any of the like the Mexican beers I can drink. They're light, they're easy, But the straight up like Pilsners, they don't blow me away. But
you're a stout guy, man. You did the JPDUB 31 days of beer, man. Thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah, awesome. I wanted to do a second one. Actually, I had a funny one set up for it. I was gonna. Should I say?
No, go ahead. I was gonna say.
Yeah, you can tell me afterwards.
We still have like 10 or 11 days
work
left.
Out the video.
Because okay, all right. So maybe I'll do it again. I won't. I'm not gonna give up the ghost then. I'll do it because I have a funny idea in mind. So
yeah,
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, let me know what it is, dude. We'll we can do it.
I appreciate that. Sreten had some good shit, and for those motherfuckers that are listening and watching right now that don't know what I'm talking about, if you hit up our Instagram.com/thejpdub, you'll get to see all kinds of cool videos. We did this 31 days of beer. And it was supposed to be the whole month of October, but like I started feeling like shit. And some other people were, and just like, hey man, I can't get you a beer chugging video right now. It's like, all right. So a lot of it fell on Sreten, on Bodie, and our guests like Mike. And as of this recording, I still got like 10 or 11 more to do. So we're totally good. Anybody wants to cut a video, let me know.
Okay, I'm in. Yeah, for sure. I already have it plotted out, so I was like, oh, this will be a funny one. And then as the days sunk by, and I was sick, and I was like, this is definitely not happening.
Yeah, fuck these guys and their beer videos. Oh.
But yeah, Sreten, you had some cool ones there. I like the drilling holes through it and all. So you like a fucking construction worker, fucking building the shit, carpenter. They were funny. I honestly, they were all great.
Thanks.
Oh yeah.
Good.
He
good initiative.
puts a little effort in sometimes, and it comes
Sometimes, on occasion,
Yeah.
I do some dumb shit, and then I just fingers crossed. At least one person will be like, "Hey, well, fuck him," but this is kind of fun.
But that was me. That was
All
me.
right, cool. Here's one of you. Woo!
So, Mike,
But
you
yeah,
guys got,
they got a couple other beers coming out now too. I saw that they're doing ones for a series for the graves of. It's based on the graves of the fathers. I think.
Oh yeah.
And there's another one, none so vile, with the just NUN like a nun.
I just seen that too.
Yeah, so he's working it big time. Matt is super well connected in that scene, and fuck man, he's making it happen.
Yeah, shout out to Vox
Proud
and
of him.
Hobbs.
Happy for him. Yeah,
Fuck
amazing.
yeah, dude. You talked to Worm lately or what?
I actually haven't. I've been gone for 2 months now, so I spoke to him. Shit, I guess it was the first week I came back down here. We spoke for a bit.
Was that the hardest thing to leave back in Canada, Lord Worm, the national treasure?
It really, quite honestly, it really is. I miss the guy. Like we hung out a lot. So, he's one of my good friends. So yeah, like to not be able to call him up and dude, let's fucking hang out, do movie night. Watch 2-3 horror movies, get fucking smashed. Buy like fucking 20 beers and like we'd split them and just try, just the two of us try each beer and just get fucking smashed watching movies. And yeah, I miss that, man. Fuck, definitely. But I know he'll come down, when I buy my place, and for sure he'll make the trip down somehow.
Well, hey, make a phone call, brother, and I will fly out because I'd love to kick it with you guys and hang out, man.
Be awesome. Fuck,
we'll do fucking horror night, grill some fucking food and shit, dude. Speaking of horror. Have you watched anything? Have you seen anything new?
Yeah, I saw a few new movies. You know what, man? I saw a movie that I don't know how the hell this one passed my radar. Movie called The Burning. Old 90s, Crystal Lake kind of, basically the same story. Same as Friday the 13th or any of the slasher films from the late 80s into the 90s. And this one is one that just floated by. I never heard of it. I just came across it. I was like, fuck, I want to check this out. It was great.
Is it about chlamydia?
No, but it was about a guy named close to chlamydia. His name was Cryptopsy. Cryptopsy.
Close enough for me.
Yeah, it was actually good. I saw that, and then last night I saw a fucking crazy film, movie called Society. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
You never? Dude, Society.
That movie was awesome.
Dude, that was one of our 31 Days of Fear last 2020. We did that fucking video. I think
Claire did that.
Claire Lamb. Shout to Claire,
awesome.
fucking guitar player. Dude, it's like these upper echelon people, this family, and they're, I don't know, what are they, like aliens or
like aliens, the old time, like they're from the beginning of time, like they were talking about.
Fucking orgies and their skin coming together. They all mutate like together, like some Cronenberg shit or whatever. Like, and they're like orgasming and like sacrificing a virgin or whatever.
He comes in the bathroom and his sister's in the bathroom washing, and it's her ass up against the window with her tits up against the window, and she's like a snake and shit. He's like, what the hell, man? That movie. My father comes down the stairs. He comes downstairs, and it's the scene where he's in the room with the mother, the father, and the daughter, his sister, and he's an ass, like he's like, hey, a butt man, And my father's like, what the fuck are you watching? Never mind.
Yeah, don't worry about
art,
it.
Dad.
Go to sleep.
What a funny movie though. But that was great. I've been I've been seeking that movie out for a long time, and I found a few places that streamed it, but then it was catching all the time, and so that didn't.
I think it was on Shudder for a while. Do you use Shudder at all? Are you familiar with Shudder?
I had a friend that was giving me access to it for a little bit, and then she got rid of it.
Give you a little access.
Hey now. Yeah, man. Yeah, I watch every fucking movie on there. Oh, you know what I saw that was real good? Did you see Dune? That was fucking great.
I saw Dune.
I haven't seen Dune yet.
It's pretty awesome.
Super good movie. Yeah. I was super impressed by that film. You know, especially since the Cronenberg, or was it Cronenberg or Lynch? I think it was Lynch that made the original. And yeah, it wasn't, it's not that good a movie. So this one, they did it right. I read the book.
Did you watch it at home or at the theater?
At home.
At home. Yeah, I watched it at home too, but I tried to make sure, because I heard the sound is awesome, and it was like the music and just the sound design on it was fucking great. But I made sure
than the original.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
much.
I mean, I saw parts of it, but yeah.
Did they still have the spice?
It's all about the spice.
It's all about the spice.
All about the spice. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, but you take that other fucking shitty one from the 80s and crumple it up and fucking toss it into the garbage, and then you watch this one.
Yeah. That one was horrible. I remember as a kid, I was like, ugh, like, I don't want to watch Dune.
Yeah, exactly.
Do not say that again.
Else was saying, it's like, yeah, I'm not watching that shit. It's like, well, don't think about what you've seen before. Skip that and just like open your mind to the right adaptation of it.
Dave Bautista, right? Isn't he in the flick?
He is. He'll be in it more as it progresses, but he plays a very, very small part up to this point. But I imagine there'll be at least 2 more films.
Damn.
And he will play a bigger part in it for sure. Yeah, the bad guys are fucking great in it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people on the internet and shit were. I didn't know that nobody knew that it was part 1 when it came until it came out. I think everybody assumed that it was going to be the whole first book, and I never read the book, but I might end up having to.
Yeah, great.
But yeah, I guess a lot of people got pissed when they went to go see it, and then like the opening scene is like it says Dune, and then in smaller letters, part 1. And they haven't even greenlit. Well, they just did, I think, last week or something. They actually officially announced that they're going to do the part 2. It wasn't even guaranteed they were going to do.
How dare you? I'm only like 5 seconds into this film, and it's part 1.
Yeah,
it was super cool.
Yeah, it's a fucking super good movie. Really, really well done. And you're right, the soundtrack is excellent. I can't wait to find that on vinyl. Like that's going to be a purchase I'll make soon.
Very soon.
Very soon. Like right now. Fuck.
Oh yeah. Fuck this podcast. Let's go.
Fuck this podcast.
I'm down, brother. Fuck it. Sreten, man, we're gonna go buy some vinyl.
That's fine. I'm just gonna talk to myself. Yeah. I watched. I saw Wallace. He told me to watch Psycho Gorman. Like a month or 2 or longer.
I have not seen that. I saw the previews of it. And I was like, I don't know. It's worth it.
It's worth it. It's like 80s. Sort of maybe a little trauma-esque, but just like stupid but gory. And dude, it's funny, man. There's some gay humor in it too. The hunky boys.
I'll watch that for sure. I seen the kids in it, and I was like, I don't know how much are they gonna really go into the gore here with the kids and shit. But yeah, that's cool. I'll tell you what I did see. I watched recently, and I fucking regret every minute of watching it. Was
Paranormal Activity?
American Horror Story. Season 9.
I'm glad
1984. Fucking terrible.
What? You didn't like 84?
I hated it. I'll tell you what. I liked the fight, the killing scenes. There's many of them. Like that's all cool. It's just so fucking stupid, though, man. I can't.
It is, but it's like that throwback. It's got the aesthetic for me of like the fucking 80s, and it's a love letter to like 80s slashers.
It is.
Friday
I get
13th.
That. I get that. But here's where I have a problem with it. It's like slasher with coupled together with fucking Glee. It's just like the two.
Okay,
like Glee doing a fucking slasher, 9-episode fucking. I don't know. I at first I was like, okay, this is cool. And I will give you that. Like I love the 80s slasher films. I'm a huge fucking fan of it. So there is that aspect that I like. And obviously the murder scenes are, plentiful. But but it's just so fucking dumb, man. I just keep waiting for them to fucking break out and dance and start singing. And like, I don't know, man.
Right? With Richard Ramirez?
With Richard Ramirez. Yeah, I mean, it's like you just randomly, I don't know. He was actually pretty good, though. I liked his character.
Yeah, he was cool.
At least he was killing a whole bunch of people. At least that.
Dying and coming back, and they had to like watch him and keep killing him every time he came back. It's like, Richard's back.
That was funny. Yeah, that was funny. Every time he wakes up, they're fucking chopping him up again. Yeah, that was kind of cool.
So, have you watched all the seasons of American Horror Story then?
I have. I'm like in between. Some of the seasons I really love, and some of them I want to puke on.
Did you just watch this last one, season 10, the double feature?
No, I haven't seen that one yet. How was it?
Oh, I mean, I think it's good. And then they just, the way they end it, because it's like the first half is these fucking, I don't even know what they are. They like take these pills to make like creative people more creative. And the people that aren't creative that take them, they're trying to be creative. If you really don't have any real talent, you turn into like this Nosferatu looking like ghoul. And the catch is you got to fucking, for the people that do benefit from it, they have to like eat fresh blood. So like, it's kind of like they're vampires, but they're not. I don't know. It's weird. It's cool. And then the second half gets into like the whole UFO, like Area 51.
Okay, that's what I heard. Vampires and UFOs. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was pretty fucking cool. And like, they kept it like the old school shit was black and white. And it was pretty awesome, dude. And this, the season finale just took a huge shit on your chest. I couldn't even tell you. I don't want to give anybody spoilers, but I mean, once you watch it, I guarantee you'll be like, what the fuck was that? It's over? Worst ending.
Well, I mean, it couldn't be as bad as fucking Apocalypse, because that was like almost the be all end all, man, for me. I couldn't even finish it. I think watched like fucking episodes. I think we had like 2 or 3 episodes left, and I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So you've hated the last couple of seasons.
I have, but I love it. Like Cult, I loved, and Roanoke, amazing. The Hotel, I liked a lot.
Yeah, the Hotel was super dope.
Yeah,
Lady Gaga.
Great, yeah, I even like the not, what do they call it? Was it Misfits? Not Misfits, but the Carnival one. I thought that was great.
Oh, Freak Show.
The Freak Show, yeah, the Freak Show one.
Yeah.
I thought the Freak Show was like great. Everyone fucking shit on that. I didn't get it. I was like, man, Dandy, how do you fucking shit on this? Dandy's the best character of them all. Fuck.
Dandy was awesome. Fucking weirdo, man. That was based on have you ever seen that old ass fucking movie Freaks?
I have seen part of that movie, yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen the full thing, but I have seen part of it. I know they have Schlitzies in there, and the Worm Man, and fucking
yeah, and there's a little fucking German midget guy. I'm so sorry. Like, it's fucking weird. I watched it in my old age. She's like, you never seen this? I was like, no, I never really like had any desire to.
Yeah. And I like the Worm guy with the fucking, he's like chasing her out from under the, the wagon. He's chasing her, and he's got fucking the knife in his mouth.
He's only got a knife, and that's it.
Yeah, he's got no arms and legs, but he's got a knife in his mouth, man. Watch out.
He's a fucking straight stump.
He's awesome. Yeah.
Oh man, it's a crazy movie. I just watched another old school weird. It's supposed to be a classic. It actually got Rotten Tomatoes, if people out there go by their judging system. It's got a pretty damn good rating. It's called what the fuck is it, like Spider Baby, I think.
Spider Baby.
Old black and white film. It was actually Lon Chaney. It's got to be one of his last movies. He's like watching over these like 2 girls who were like product of incest. It's 3 kids. Sid Haig is in it. And it's like one of his very first, dude, he's young as shit. Looks like he should be in God, what's the fucking Hills Have Eyes or something, dude.
Okay.
Playing like, all 3 of the kids minus the 2 girls are fucking, well, they're all incest kids, but the 2 girls are like pretty young girls, but they're crazy as all shit. And this girl's like, let's play Spider. She kills like this postal worker in the windows, just like cutting his ears off with these 2 big ass knives. And
oh wow,
dude, they're just killing it for a black and white fucking film from back in the day, dude. It was pretty dope.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Yeah.
I've recently seen Vampire, 1920s, 1920 German film, Vampire. It's like Vampire, Vampyr, Vampire. Fucking brilliant, man. I don't know what the Germans were doing, but they were doing something right with those early horror films, man. They were on it. And it's just the way it's filmed. It's just so creepy, man. It's leagues ahead of a lot of like the Hollywood favorites. They just go places that those guys don't touch on, you know. And it's really about the filming too. The cinematography of it is just wild. And the way they walk too, because it kind of quickens their pace. So when they're walking, it's just creepy. The whole fucking thing's creepy, you know. It's really well done. If you get a chance to check it out, it's cool. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. Did you see there's a trailer for a new Bruce Campbell movie. It's also got Michael J. White in it.
Oh yeah, I want to see
Black Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, bring it on. More fucking Bruce Campbell any day, all day.
It looks amazing, dude. Like it's what you would expect. Just like Deadites, zombies, whatever you want to call them. And Bruce Campbell, Michael J. White. You know he's gonna be getting whipping that black dynamite spawn out on their asses, you know.
Gonna pull out the boomstick.
I hope Michael J. White does some kung fu. That's when I saw him, I got so excited. But Black Dynamite is one of my favorite comedies ever. And maybe if he could maybe he's not going to do kung fu. Maybe he'll tap into the fact that he's a pretty funny fucking guy. I don't give a shit. I got excited when I watched the trailer. Wall sent it to me. It looks cool.
I got to check out the trailer then. Yeah, I know it's there. I know it's coming out. I just haven't seen the trailer, but I saw like the poster of it. You know.
While we're on the Bruce Campbell kick, I want a film that I think all three of us has probably seen. Jason Goes to Hell.
I have not.
Final Friday. So I feel like I did notice this before, but I just watched it again because during Halloween, like. Was it like FX or what Stars Horror, whatever one of the streaming platforms is, they were playing like Friday the 13th movies like all day, every day. So that was on there. And it's like towards the end on the bookshelf, the actual Necronomicon book from Evil Dead Army of Darkness is sitting on the fucking mantle when that kid comes in, or Creighton Duke, like what, I forget which one it is. It's like the bounty hunter or something. They're looking around and he sees that book. And I was like, holy shit. Like, what were they planning? Because it's also the same movie at the end where Freddy's glove comes out and pulls the mask down in the fucking dirt. So were they thinking of doing Freddy versus Jason versus Ash like then?
Wow.
You guys ever notice that?
No.
Next time you watch it, dude, like you'll be looking for it at the end. It's like dude's combing through shit in this house, and there it is. And it's no mistaking it. There's no way I'm fucking wrong. You know?
Yeah,
like
it's the face. It's the face, right? On the
it's the face. It's the exact fucking book. We all know what it is.
That's cool, man. They should fucking do that. That would every horror fan in the world will go see that, no matter how cheesy it is. Everyone will go.
Yeah. The more you know, Sreten. Oh, the rainbow. Yeah, he's the Grandmaster. Hey, so dude, I mean, you do got some, you know, despite COVID and all the other shit, you got some new music coming out, you know, or Coma Cluster Void. You guys dropped that new single, Plague Devourer. That shit's pretty fucking tight, man. Tell me a little bit about that. Yeah,
well, what we're doing is we're ultimately, I believe this is the play that we're gonna make on this. Is we right now we have two songs recorded, so there'll be a subsequent song coming out soon. I don't know exactly when. We'll release the second song, but I think as we continue to finish the albums, you know, we've all got so much stuff going on right now between all the different members of the band. So there's been some difficulty in getting everyone together to, you know, be 100% on it. You know, to further the record, we have written 2 songs, and then we've got, I would assume another maybe 8 or 9 songs, somewhere in that range, 7 to 9 songs that we still have to complete. But I think what we're going to do is we're just going to release them song by song, and then once that's done, put out the album and just have it all as a collective. So have it all individual songs, and then I think we're going to try something different like that.
That's cool.
This way it doesn't, you know, this way it's not too far in between. You know, the distance of the last album versus this one. We can keep the interest high. The songs are done, so why not release them instead of holding on to them for another, you know, who knows how long. So I think it's an interesting play that I can't think of anyone that I've seen release the full album in songs before they release the album. So might be something cutting edge, or maybe I just haven't seen that. In my mind, it seems cutting edge in that regard. But
hey, Simpsons did it.
The Simpsons?
No, I think, dude, I think that's a great idea, especially in this day and age where just the music consumption. Dude, Handsome Prick, we put a new album out in January, and where the fuck is it? You know, like people are just like, boom. All right, what's next? What's next? So, in the way you're releasing like said album in songs, gives people more intimate time with the tracks and with the album. And I think overall, when you do drop the album, then the people that really dig in the tunes, like I think that'll be a whole experience for them to hear it like collectively, you know.
It's not going to be, and that's it. And and the songs that we're going to be releasing is not going to be reflective of the song, the song, how the songs are going to lay out on the album either, right? So you maybe you might have heard the Plague Devourers as the first song, but it might be song number 5 on the record. We're going to make sure that everything ties in musically, anyways. Not necessarily lyrically. Although we did have some ideas or plans to do it, a concept album for this. It's not going to work out for this one, so maybe subsequent albums we might do that, but for this one, lyrically we'll have some songs that will be reflective of one another, but like the Plague Devourers is definitely something that falls on the last 2 albums, but moving forward it doesn't mean that the rest of the album is going to have a tie into the other 2 albums, but I think you're right though. I think by doing this it does give people more time to just kind of sit on the songs. Like you said, I mean, nowadays we're in a world where even the greatest bands of all fucking release something, and 2 weeks later they don't talk about
the rug, man.
It's fucking gone, man. It's like it's
I don't know.
Too bad. I mean,
it's weird when you go ahead.
I was gonna say, I wonder. I've never heard anybody say that, and I'm gonna put it tied together with the context of my younger brother is a huge hip hop head. Like he has got his pulse on every new album that every hip hop, like every rapper or whatever artist is putting out there. And what he talks about all the time is, and he has a small record label himself, so he tries to promote that stuff. But
Google out of records.
Yeah, I wonder if somebody like you guys and other bands are going to start to get the idea because of fandom's ADD and almost inability, even though people that are into that music or any kind of music, they are going to listen to songs on repeat. But there's so much shit getting put out constantly that when somebody puts out an album, it just disappears. And he talks about it, how like these rappers, they will fucking put out full albums. They'll put out like 5 or 6 full, like 12 to 16 tracks every year. And he's like, the fucked up thing is a lot of it's really good. He's like, but who the fuck can listen the way you're supposed to, where good music is like you got to listen at least 3 times. Like you got to listen to a song, whatever genre you love, you got to listen at least 3 times to start to process it and see where it does. And for the songs that you end up loving, it's the 10th time where you start to appreciate it more. And then you get deeper into it and you can't fucking do it. Definitely. So I wonder if they're just going to be like, everybody's just going to start putting out singles, and then at end of the year, or like after 12 months pass, you just put together a whole album and drop it and see, like, then the diehards will buy a CD or a record, or, I don't know. I'm curious because it fucking sucks. There's so much good shit out there. Anytime I hear anybody, I'm going off a little bit of a rant, but when I hear somebody say like there's no good music nowadays, I think it's total bullshit. I think there's a ton of fucking good music out there, but good luck finding it. I mean,
yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, and I'm a guy who will listen personally. I will, I'll buy several records in one shot, and when I get to them, it's fine. I don't. I generally speaking, I will, if I'll go out on a binge and buy fucking 10, 12 records. And then it's always ends up being that I'll find in that first like 2, 3 listens to, I'll find a record that, okay, I'm hooked on. And then eventually I work my way through the other albums. But I'm a guy who will sit down, I'll have a whiskey like we were talking about earlier. I'll have and just sit back and have the lights dim down and listen to a record. I still do that shit,
Yeah.
And I think it's a lost art. And I think a lot of people just fucking, it's like quick song. Show me one song. Okay, great. Oh yeah, I heard, a lot of people will come to me and say, oh, I'll mention an album or something and say, oh, this fucking record's great. Oh yeah, that one song, the song they released is great. Did you listen to the rest of the record? No. Okay, well, I mean, I get it. People are busy, whatever. There's a million reasons why you can't take the time to listen to a record and shit. But I think Sreten's right. Is that you put out records, and there's fucking 300 other bands that put out a record on the same fucking day you did. So, and it's all the same style. So now you're trying to pick through what your favorite style is of all those albums. And so much shit gets pushed out and thrown under the.
It's like you can process, but you can't digest, it's
have no digestion anymore, and that's sad, man. And music used to be the one like safe bastion where you could like just sit back and just soak up everything. It was the lyrics, it was the fucking, how many times, I mean, I will, but how many times, generally speaking, will you like take out the, look through, read the lyrics? And it's fewer and far between. I will say that anyways. And I'm willing to bet that some people never take it out and don't even look at it at all. All that artwork, all the fucking thought process to create a full album with imagery and everything is lost in one song.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy, man. We grew up, we're fucking a bunch of old men talking about how the music industry, but it's true. I never thought I would be in this position, like to fucking say this, but and who's to blame for it? Who knows? I mean, record companies, obviously, but I mean, even if I could sit there and say that, but in this day and age, there's just so many people, and the way everybody can make music, whether you're talented or not, there's just so much music in general. Everything's out there. When we're talking about when we're doing the wrestling shit, I can't keep up all that shit. How many promotions there really are other than WWE with amazing talent? It's the same fucking thing. There's a million bands out there, so the game has changed a little when we're talking about releasing albums. A band, I'm a really big fan of The Darkness. They got a new album coming out. It might be out by the time of this recording. Go check it out. It's called Motorheart. They release, it's so many more singles now, and it's in the digital way. It's just weird. I'm still not, I guess I'm used to it, but I'm not, being old school. I'd go out and buy singles. I remember going to Tape World in the motherfucking mall back in the day and getting some singles on cassette and CD singles, or buying 7-inch vinyl singles, whatever. But it's just, dude, it's so fucking lost anymore, man. Like they're putting out like 5 singles, damn near half the record before it actually drops, digitally. Like that's what you have to do now. So you might as well just do like release the whole fucking record as a single.
Yeah, man, why not? Why not?
Punk bands have done it forever.
And collectively put them together at the end of it, and then we'll see what happens. Hopefully people will catch on to it or keep interested. Over this period of time.
Yeah.
The name isn't fucking forgotten about. The band is not. I mean, if you're a fan, you're a fan, so you're not going to forget about it. But I mean, anyone that sort of just kind of grazes the surface, Coma Cluster Void or any of the other bands that I've been in, might just fade away from their memory. But when you're constantly putting out songs for it, not worrying about putting, the thought process of putting out, I got to put out half the record here and then put the release out. Well, fuck it. Here's all the songs, and then we'll put it out. And if you want the album, you buy it,
Yeah, hopefully. And you got to like physical media, I think is still, it's super important, especially to the bands. Like you're on a label, great, or whatever. If your shit's online on iTunes and all that, I mean, dude, they're taking such a huge cut.
Yeah.
Of all that shit. And there's been some shit up in the news about, how they're conducting business with, what percentages the actual artist is getting, which is, it's nothing,
It's fucking dirt. It's fucking sand through the fingers.
All we got is Bandcamp Friday, motherfuckers. Who's with me? Can I get an amen?
At least fucking that. At least.
Yeah. Then they'll give us 93%.
Yeah,
I got a couple theories on how with the future of media and stuff, but I like it would take too long for me to get into it. But I do think
it's scary.
I do think as we get older and the people that are younger of us, like as everyone gets older, I think once people hit like 35 and get older, they actually start to, I don't care, even the people that are like the digital world, like kids, where everything is digital. So it's like everybody's got kind of credit card brain. Like when you got cash, you got cash. And when you go spend your cash,
Bitcoin, motherfucker,
and you got no more cash, you don't have any. When you got a credit card, you're like, well, fuck, man, I'm gonna buy everything in the world. It's not really money, it's a card. So it's almost like media where you're never holding anything. But my point, like my baby point is everybody that gets older, they start to collect physical shit. It's borderline comforting. So I'm hoping like the fandom gets replenished, but the diehards are always the diehards. Like they'll always buy your shit. I just wish that for anybody making any kind of media, I just wish more people would buy more shit. That's it. Not like, that's all.
Yeah, like I was saying, I agree with that, man. I think it is a lost art form to some degree. I know it's, look, I know vinyl's a multi-billion-dollar industry. It still is, people still do buy, the physical copies and stuff. So it's not totally wiped out. But when you've got other mediums to listen to music, like telling fucking Alexa, hey, fuckface, can you play me whatever, Tool or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Like it'll play you the shit, and all you're getting is those singles anyways, because then they want you to buy the fucking premium package. Yep. So you got to buy the premium package to get the rest of the songs. I don't even know if you get them all, Yeah. But those people, there was a lot of people. I think you're right. A lot of the younger, for sure, the younger audiences. It's just a quick show me the songs. It's almost back to if you think about it, it's almost like full circle back to like the 50s when they were releasing fucking singles. They never released albums. They put out fucking singles. One song. There's the song, and that's what it was, And it's almost like that, just in a roundabout different way. It's more packaged like that, I guess, for the younger audience. But I think us old school heads, we're used to the only way we could listen to songs, there was no internet, there was no nothing, there was no phones, there was no shit. You had to buy the fucking record, if you wanted to get it, you bought the record, So I don't think that dies hard, dies easily. I think that dies hard, actually. I think we stick to that. Like I said, I'll go out and it's guaranteed. I'll go out. If I'm going record shopping, it's not 2 or 3 records I'm buying. I'm buying fucking, 12, 15 records. It's, like that's just the way it is. I want to put my money towards it. I want to support those bands,
Yeah, because otherwise they ain't going to be able to make fucking records anymore.
No, that's right.
Unless you're
I also think a lot of bands and anybody making any kind of media, movies and shit, I think there's going to be some clever people out there at some point that are going to figure it out. And the days of like, we were just earlier, we did an interview with a dude that's like a huge Guns N' Roses fan. Like the day of the like 90s rock star that can, make a bunch of like millions of dollars and go fucking tear up hotel rooms and just fuck stuff up. And spend their money on fucking they're gonna be like, what do you do? Well, I work, I'm a musician and I make 30 grand a year. That's what I do. And they'll figure out a way to sell t-shirts and do everything. And I think that's gonna be pretty much the way of movies and all this stuff, because it's getting easier and easier to produce that shit at home. And any old bozo, whether they're talented or not, any motherfucker can make shit, movies, music, art, all that stuff. And
you got an iPhone, you can do it.
Yeah, and some of these people know how to sustain themselves with that, and there's a bunch of reasons. Like some people can make a living, some people it's the thing they do that's their passion, and whatever combination, they'll figure it out. I'm grateful, for all this shit that I get to watch. It's a lot though. Watch, listen to everything. There's just a ton of shit out there.
Oh, fuck, you guys are doing it on your own right now. I mean, you guys, the JPDUB, nobody's backing you as far as I know. You guys are doing it on your own. You're fucking bringing the voice of many a musician, many a wrestler, many of, variety of people, and you're doing it on your own. That's amazing. You control it all.
That's right. We always want control. Yeah, we don't want to be fucking, just sign your life. I mean, your name on the contract. Fuck all that shit, man. Yeah. So what else has been going on, man, with you, Mike?
At this point, moving back has been the big focal point right now. I have a few songs left I have to work on for Uncle Stalin and the Communist Joy. That I've got 2 songs done ish, and then a third one that I know exactly what I'm going to do, and then another 3 songs I gotta sit and work on, but I'm at my folks' house here. It's not like I can set up and fucking scream and yell through the house. So it's not as simple as putting it together like this. I gotta find my place and then I can focus on it. So it's a bit of a stalling point. Those guys, I feel fucking terrible because they're waiting on me. They've done all their parts, so they're waiting on me, and they've been amazing about it. They've been super supportive about it, but it does fall on me, and it's not a position I'm used to. I'm used to being on point and getting it done. It's just that there was a million things that kind of fell into place. The move took up an unbelievable amount of time to try to get everything organized to move from one country to another. It's not as simple as fucking the snap of a finger and boom, you're there. It's a ton of fucking work. So that took precedence over pretty much everything. We did release my old demos with Infestation.
Yes.
The Antecedent. Yeah, we released that through Redefining Darkness Records. That's huge. We never had those. We only had those on cassette, and they actually released
fucking rules, dude.
as well. Yeah, really, and it was Roscoe's Records as well as Intuit Records too. Put out the cassettes. So it was kind of a group effort to get out the full Antecedent record, which was CD, which was the two demos together. Then we released that out on cassette as well, and then we took the individual cassettes that were the originals, 92 and 94, Visions of Repulsion and Conceived, and re-released those as the original cassettes too. So it was really quite a bit to get done, and fucking pumped that's out. I love those songs. Huge. Immensely proud of those songs. 92, 94, we were feeling good about ourselves. We were, I think, we had broken up before we had been signed, but I know we would have fallen into that direction. I know it would have happened. We worked hard at our craft, so
Yeah,
really
brother.
cool to get those out. Exciting.
And the shit
Akurion,
sounds
we had a
good.
beer coming out. You were talking about you had mentioned earlier about the Akurion beer. we had an Akurion beer that was going to come out through Matt. Matt had an initiative that he had done for a bunch of the 20 something bands, and unfortunately the beer that we had it was a coconut, an imperial coconut stout is what it was, and it fell wayward. I guess it didn't form the way that they wanted it, so it got pushed off. But I did hear something a few weeks ago. Rob Milley from Akurion and Neuraxis and Necrotic Mutation, he had said to me, he texted me. He said, "Look, I think that they're gonna be putting out. I think they're gonna be canning 1,000 beers. So they went back and did it again or something. So I'm excited about that. I don't know if I'll get a copy. I don't know if
I get a copy of this.
I need a copy and a can. Fucking send that shit to me. Fuck. But yeah. So hopefully I'll get 4-pack or something. They'll fucking sneak it across the border by fucking donkey. I don't care. Get it over there.
Yeah, they will
by catapult.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, send that shit over. Right. But yeah, that's exciting too. We were pumped about it, and then sad that it didn't get. It just didn't formulate. But I'm hearing different now, so I'm excited again.
Hell yeah, dude! I was all those beers. I was like, "Fuck, man! It sucks. It's in Canada, like with this pandemic. I mean, there's a show that we like called Letterkenny, and they Puppers is a Canadian beer, and I need some fucking Puppers, dude. And it's like, can't get it. I got to go up to Canada, and I don't think I can even do that. Well,
not right now.
I can't find the time, anyways. But even if I could, it's like. I just wish I could get it online. If you do that, like, dude, a 4-pack just to get it here, if you could, is just it. The ends don't justify the means, Like, I'm gonna get a 4-pack and probably pay fucking $75 to $100 or something ridiculous.
Have that thing fucking shaken up like nobody's business.
Yeah, no shit. But
sitting
dude,
in the hot sun
out in the States, there's a big craft beer community of people that do that. So I don't know how they're fucking, shipping this shit or whatever. But people are fucking trading beer like their old metal tapes nowadays. It's fucking
big time. Yeah. And Quebec has a ton of them too. I mean, there was some bands, there was a couple of, I forget which bands, but I know that there was a few bands that were in the States that you might have a better chance of getting. I don't recall which bands were in the States. They weren't all Canadian based bands that Matt was working with. So I think there was a handful, probably at least 5 different bands that had their own beer from the States. So you might be able to hook up with that.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, the Canadian ones, forget it, man. You got to go there and get them.
Sorry to ask this. Who's Matt, or who's is that the brewer? Who's the dude brewing it?
No, Matt McGachy.
I missed when you first
Cryptopsy.
started. Okay.
Sorry, yeah, Matt McGachy,
Okay.
Cryptopsy vocalist, yeah, and Vox and Hops. main guy for Vox and Knobs.
That's why Sreten doesn't speak, because he doesn't know what the fuck's ever going on.
No, that was my guy. I should have said that too, you know. But,
well, no, it's not the way we were talking about. It sounded like he was like a head brewer, like he got a bunch of people together to do a bunch of, do some recipes, and yeah. So I figured I'd ask. And look stupid.
Well, I don't know if you've heard his podcast, but he's he's so deep into the microbrewery world. He's got connections like more than probably anyone I know. And he's just making it happen, man. This kid fucking works his ass off, and he put together that whole package of bands matched up with beers that he found were more related to them, or they had worked out and said, we want this type of beer, and he fucking made it happen. That wasn't an easy thing to put together. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. You've been doing some reading too. I saw that. You have that Mark Lanegan book? I didn't know you were a big fan, dude.
Dude, I am a fucking huge fan of fucking Mark Lanegan.
Just fucking awesome.
That's this shit right here, bro. Yeah. If anyone isn't reading this, you're fucking missing out. That's all I'll say.
Oh, man, I got to get that.
Oh, he is, he's fucked up. You just, if you're a fan
have you seen his teeth?
His music,
have you seen him lately?
Lyrics, see his teeth? I know. The guy's fucked up. But this guy did some fucked up shit and treated a lot of people pretty poorly. Yeah. And he's open about it, which I find, a blessing that, you at least know it. You're wide open about how much you fucking jerk off over fucking, you name the chick. He's open about it. He's open about fucking punching this guy out. He's open about fucking doing smoking crack with this guy, or fucking, doing, a ton of blow, or he was a big junkie, and he's truthful about it. And I respect that a lot. If that was your life, and, you're that guy, and you're as big as you are, and you can still fucking come out and say, yeah, I did all this shit. And yeah, well, really, really good read. And he knew a lot of people, and he knew people that, you might not have known, or he did shit with people that you might not have known until you read the book. And, he's a fucking genius in my mind. He's one of my favorite.
I love him, dude. His fucking vocals are great. I'm a huge Screaming Trees fan. Like, fucking.
Me too.
Going back to the day, dude, it was great to see that. I was like, no way, fucking DiSalvo digging the Screaming Trees, man. He's
huge.
His solo shit's Trees. Fucking great. I like the shit he did with Queens of the Stone Age. It was fucking awesome.
All awesome. I mean, the stuff he did with Isabel Campbell, amazing. All great stuff. Dude, I got a twins with the guy from I can't think of his name, but the guy from the Afghan Wigs. I saw them live. That was the first time I saw them live. And,
shit.
He's not a guy that like reciprocates back to the crowd. He's very quiet. You can see he's a very shy dude, but he just gets up there. He fucking belts it out with that voice, that fucking whiskey voice that few people have. Fuck, man. It's that, and it's coupled with this fucking super depressing lyrics, and it's just, I bought his book also. It's a lyric book. Of, basically through his career, or at least his solo career, anyways. And the words are just it's funny, you're reading it, and I know the song, so as you're reading it, you can't help but like fucking start singing. I'll be in my room by myself and whatever, and just fucking, I'm reading those lyrics and just belt all those parts. Like it invokes that out of you, and I just find him a great writer, and I love the guy, man. Really. Yeah.
Dude, he's fucking amazing. When did that book come out? Because I wasn't aware of that one.
A couple of years ago, I think. And I bought it. It was actually during COVID. I bought it from a place down here in New Hampshire. Mm-hmm. I found it, it was pretty good priced. It was lower than the regular price. So I bought it, but then the shipping was so much, I had them fucking ship it to my parents' house, and I didn't see my parents for like fucking 2 years, man. So the book was sitting there. I'm like, fuck, man. So finally I got here, boom, open it up, and all right, let's start reading. Yeah, really awesome.
You reading anything else, or?
No, this is what I'm on right now. After this, I don't know. Before this, I read an anthology of Pink Floyd. record by record. It was just interviews with people talking about each record that they put out, and what their thought process was. Some of the guys, old school guys that knew them at that time of when they released the record and stuff like that. It was really cool. Actually, it's Martin Popoff that wrote it. It's he wrote for Brave Words, Bloody Knuckles up in Toronto.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
From that. Yep. Remember that old school magazine, old school magazine, and he's a good writer too. And he's done it with them, and he's done it with Pink Floyd and with somebody else too. So, Rush. He did a Rush anthology as well.
Yeah.
I haven't read it yet, but he knows. He's not a guy writing it and doesn't know shit. Like, he's a guy who's writing it and knows what he's talking about. So I appreciate that. Anyways, don't try and fool me here.
Pay the fool to try to fool Mike DiSalvo. Fuck yeah. Well, Mike.
Yeah, man.
Hey, man. Right now is the time for you, brother, to plug anything that you got as far as your social media. You guys got merch and all that good shit. Right now is the time for you to do it and let people know where they can help a brother out.
Awesome. If you're interested in Infestation Shirts on twistedtsmerch.ca, you can buy it's Twist. Yeah, it is Twisted. I believe that's what it is. You can buy Infestation Shirts that are on there. If not, you can always contact me on Facebook on my just look for Michael DiSalvo. I have Instagram, Mike DiSalvo. I don't do too much on there, but I get we're working on stuff. More stuff's coming out, and it won't be long, man. We'll have some new shit and come back on, talk some more shit. The fucking shit talking collective right here.
That's right. We love talking shit. We Mike DiSalvo. You motherfuckers. Thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to hit like and subscribe and ring that motherfucking notification bell, because if you don't, you won't be able to get the latest and greatest episodes like this badass episode with Mike DiSalvo, back for the third time, I might add. Fucking veteran podcasting affairs. The one, the only awesome. Mike DiSalvo. Thank you once again, Mike. Fucking love you, brother.
Guys, thank you so much, man. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Hey, until next time, this is the Juice. That was Sreten. That's Mike DiSalvo. Go fuck yourself until you don't want to. If you like that video, then please hit subscribe and share with all of your friends, and continue to support the JPDUB podcast. We're all over the place on all podcasting platforms for your stimulation.